This content is made for adult collectors. If you're under the age of 18, get the heck out of here. Hello guys, I'm S3D and doing an update on my Robot Damashi version anime, Zaku Desert, Caracal Corpse. I still have a big problem saying that name. I don't know why. But anyway, I finally got this guy fixed. So basically, there's actually two connection points on this Zaku. The backpack has this ball joint peg that goes into the mid waist. Oh god damn! The middle waist section right here, and then there's another connector that goes into the chest. So basically, you just have to pop that part right into the chest. You gotta use quite a bit of pressure, so just be very careful. You know, I was getting really frustrated with this figure. I mean, I paid close to like $100 for this guy. It seems like $90, something like that. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's still got the accessories got a whole bunch of nut marks. But believe it or not, like the rest of the figure, I don't really see a lot of nubs. I think, at least for the figure itself, is pretty nicely done. I mean, but you know, I think they, for the most part, they did a pretty decent job with the basic Zaku 2 mode. So that's really not a problem. But yeah, I ended up using a bunch of sanding sticks and my hobby knife on the weapon here, the missile pots, because the nubs were just ridiculous, especially on the handle. That was just too much to handle. I was actually thinking about just putting this guy right back on eBay. But yeah, now that I fix it, yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not super disappointed with it. But you know what? I think Bandai really need to step up their game when it comes to these, these premium Bandai releases. I mean, if you watch that video, like I said before, if you watch my review video, they just released like a video a couple of days ago about how these premium Bandai figures are specially made to order, and then we get like shoddy workmanship like this. You know, for something that's special order. That's really stupid. But anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. I know, sorry that this video is super sloppy, but hey, you know what? They were sloppy when cranking this thing out of the factory in the first place. I mean, look, seriously. That loosey-goosey, that chest section was terrible. But now it's rock solid. I mean, it's literally rock solid. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, and it still maintain all its functions. It's super solid. Yeah, just like all my other Zakus. So yeah, great figure. Now it's a great figure. I love it. Yeah, when it's right out of the box, I was super disappointed with the way this whole chest section was all floppy and shitty like that. But yeah, now, great figure. I mean, if you can afford it, if you like this color scheme, this specific color type. Apparently, a lot of people like the Zaku, the desert color scheme. So anyway, that's my final word on this. Let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching. Hello guys, I am S3D and it's been a while. So this is going to be an unboxing and a review of the Bandai, Premium Bandai, Robot Damashi or the Robot Spirits version Anime stand for Action, New Imagination, Memory, Emotion of the First Generation. This is from MSV, Mobile Suit Variation. And obviously you can see right here is the Tamashii Web Shop exclusive, so P Bandai. The number is SP, means special. So yeah, this figure was released in 2019, and this is the Zaku Desert Type Caracal Corpse version. So yeah, I think they previously released Zaku Desert Type before in the standard color, and this one just got the camel color for the Caracal Corpse colors. So yeah, obviously it's actually based on the manga or something like that. So yeah, I'm not really familiar with this version, but I love the Zaku desert type, and I actually like this camel. So yeah, something with MSV. I don't know when we ever gonna get model kits version of these, but I would like to army build a lot of these guys. And since these things are P Bandai and it's Robot Damashi figures, they cost a lot. You're looking at least over $80. So yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get the shipper box, but this thing is brand new. I got it off eBay, and I paid a good price for it, so I'm not complaining about getting the shipper box or not. Obviously, it's recommended for ages 15 and up. You can see right here. And yeah, it's quite pricey. I know a lot of people still complains about Robot Damashi and stuff like that. Well, if you can't afford it, you probably don't need to be watching this video because this is for people who has acquired taste for these figures. The reason I got into Robot Damashi is I'm really tired of waiting for Bandai to release the model kit version of these Zakus that I really love. I'm just buying the Zakus, so that's all I'm collecting. So anyway, yeah, all these Zaku variants and all these other various mobile suit variants, like more updated, stuff. I know that there's most of the stuff they're releasing now are like have like model kit version, but they're like over 10 years old, so they're very outdated. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get updated version of those, but who knows. Anyway, here we go. Here's a tray with the figure, and here we have the instruction manual. So let's go ahead and go over the instruction manual before I ruin this figure. Alright. I have to say these instruction manuals are very high quality, even though it's just black and white. It's a lot more substantial than stuff you see even from high-end figures like Hot Toys. So I am pleased. Okay, so we have some shoulder articulation here. We have the head joint. You actually have two heads that you can swap out. You get the commander version and I guess the reconnaissance version with two antennas. We also got these shield pieces that can clip onto the forearm. These are actually compatible with regular Zaku too, so that's actually really cool. So you can make like a custom kit bash if you want to paint your your Robot Damashi figures. I end up just buying some Gunpla to paint them in this color, putting them in the diorama because the old Gunpla kits are super cheap. They're less than $10, like the high grade Zakus. Yeah, so. But I would still love to get something like this in a model kit form so I can, build an army of these. Anyway, you can adjust the monolith. I think only one version you can adjust, so the one with the antennas you can adjust, the other one I think is static. You have a lot of accessories for this figure, so it's a pretty good value for $80. Consider, you're buying something like the Zaku Manor. It's like close to $100. Well, it's about the same price, $75, and you get nothing. And same with the Zaku Worker, $75. You get no accessories. So this is a good value, and it's mostly a new mold. Well, not exactly. There's some parts that are new, but most of it are is basically a Zaku 2 with some variations. So anyway, maybe that's why this one gets more accessories. So anyway, you get the connection base adapter. You got the back skirt that can open up. All right, so we're gonna go over the differences. And once you attach the forearm shield, you can attach the missile pot. You also have some grenades on the side skirt that you can actually open up with the grenades. You also got the missile launchers right here that you can use. This is very cool. And we also got the specialized Zaku desert type compact machine gun. These ones called the M120AS right here. So, all right, and then you also got the clip here for the bazooka. Effect part can be used on the M120AS. Thruster parts can also be used on the feet. Battle damage, these effect parts can also be used. And you can also attach the grenade pack to the back. These are all sold separately. So there we go. There we have the instruction manual. I don't think there's anything major difference. There's any major difference about this figure compared to the Zaku 2. So the articulation, I'm gonna be a little bit light on the articulation because they're all pretty much the same thing. And then there's also some stuff that we don't really need to talk about because if you've seen any of the Robot Damashi Zaku reviews, you already know about this section right here. This is a tree for the hands. So you have all these open hands, the gripping hands for the machine gun. We have open posing hands, and then we got the I guess the finger pointing hands that's going like this, and we also got the gripping hand here for the missile launchers. So yeah, these are missile launcher or for the grenades. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the extra parts right here. We have 2 of these antennas just in case you break them. That's really nice. I wish, aside from the antennas, they would also give us extra wrist pegs because people do break them, Bandai. People do break them and it ruins the figure, the whole experience. So, okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the machine gun first. I'm definitely going to be using this accessory. So this is the Zaku machine gun, the compact version. You also got the hand grip that you can rotate forward. The magazine can be removed like that. You also got the peg right here, so you can attach the magazine to the back of the figure. I know when I did my Zaku worker review, the video seems a little bit blurry. Because I guess I didn't pay attention. I need to look into the lens, look at my phone when I'm reviewing this to make sure everything is clear. So I'm going to pay attention to that in this review. Alright, so there we go. We have the machine gun right here. This is very nice. Alright, and I'm also not the only guy who reviews Robot Damashi figures. Well, I'm probably the only guy who reviews Gunpla or Robot Damashi here on Vimeo. But on YouTube, there's plenty of people who are doing it. Okay, so anyway, I don't know if I ever want to go back to YouTube because of their shady business practices and stuff like that. Okay, so we have the second head option. Unfortunately, with this one, you cannot remove. Oh, actually, let me try. Okay, yes, you can actually adjust the mono eye. My mistake. So that's actually cool. All right, so you have two of these heads that you can use. The design on this one is more like the regular Zaku 2. So basically, it's a regular Zaku 2 with the head Vulcans and the commander antenna. I have to say, I really like the look of this commander antenna. This is really cool. Too bad you can't actually retrofit this onto a model kit because this peg hole is too small. Unless you modify your model kit, which I think is very easy to do. And by model kit, I'm talking about the high-grade Universal Sentry HUC 144 scale Zaku. Alright, so there you go. I made a custom painted version for this occasion because I'm building a mini diorama for my DTOF. I don't know when I'm going to be done with it, but I'll show you guys once I'm done, like a desert combat scene. Okay, so there we go. I also got the missile pods right here. Oh my gosh, there we go. So these are the missile pods. These are handheld, so you use one of these gripping hands to hold this missile pods. They can be held underneath like that when it's attached to the side skirt, or they can be handheld like this as hand fire. And of course, this piece right here is specifically designed so that it can be attached to the side skirt. If you're going to use a handheld version, you just take it off and it's got a big hole in there, which looks very unrealistic. But hey, it is what it is. Alright, next we have these grenade pouches, and you can see the nut marks, which is very annoying. This is a premium Bandai, right? So, special made to order crap that still have nut marks. Okay, if you saw the previous video, Bandai released Bandai Spirits on their website, on their YouTube channel. They released a video talking about premium Bandai. What is premium Bandai? And everything supposedly are, made to order. So you get something like this on made to order. Yeah, imagine if you commission somebody to make you a custom figure and it comes with all these nut marks and you pay like $100 for it. I don't know. In my experience, people will complain and never buy from you again. But hey, it's Bandai, and then people are gonna keep buying stuff no matter what. So there we go. You can remove the grenades like that. If it's like something that they put the word premium on, I think in the future they should really look into that. Premium, you should put in some more premium workmanship instead of having figures, $100 plus figures. Well, it all depends. I guess if you're buying this in Japan from the Premium Bandai web shop, it should not cost more than like $60. It's only a premium because we have to pay the markup, the middleman markup. So it ends up becoming like either double or triple, which is ridiculous. Or when it goes out of print, then you end up paying like the ridiculous aftermarket price for it, because if you want it, you pay the money for it, or you don't have it. Okay, so anyway, we got these shoulder shield parts. I keep calling these shoulder shield. These are forearm shield. It's kind of hard to remove. Okay, so you get this one right here, and it's got the 4-leaf clover. Is this guy Irish? Is this Zaku Irish? I don't know. Caracal corpse? Anyway, so we got the 4-leaf clover number 26 shoulder shield. You get 2 of them, so you can attach them to both arms. These are really hard to remove once you attach them. So you have to make your decision. You either want them on the figure, or you don't want them on the figure. So this thing clips on right here like that. And these are the 3-tube missile launchers. So there we go. I'm gonna put these aside because I'm gonna assemble them. So there we go, and I'm going to I'm gonna use the Zaku machine gun. So I'm gonna put the Zaku machine gun into the trigger finger like that. Now there's another issue with these figures, so you just want to be aware. If you're gonna put the accessory on the hands, you got to be very careful when you're attaching this into the, because I think the accessories puts stress on the plastic and makes it a little bit more difficult to put this in. It's probably a good idea to put the hand in, then put the accessory onto the figure. But I always do them in reverse, so it makes it a little bit more difficult. And like I said, the hand pegs are already delicate, so you kind of don't want to ruin your your $80 premium Bandai figure. Even in Japan, you're gonna end up ruining a $50-$60 figure. The regular Zaku 2, the first Touch 2500 only costs 2,500 yen, so that's like less than $24. So I mean, people say Robot Damashi are expensive. I don't know what you're talking about. $25 is like the price you pay for like a somewhat high-end, high-grade kit, or somewhat it's about the same price as a real grade kit, model kit. All right, so there we go. Here's the Zaku. So right off the bat, I can tell you what is reused and what is not. The whole entire legs is reused from the Zaku 2. So the whole everything from the waist down is just the Zaku 2. So yeah, just repainted Zaku 2. Well, actually, no. I take that back. This lower leg part, the entire lower leg is different. This is not a Zaku 2. This is special for the Zaku Desert type because you got all these vents. From the front, you can't really tell, but if you look at it from the back, you can see that. So that's my mistake. So there we go. So I mean, they definitely reuse a lot of parts. The arms are the same as the Zaku 2, so there's that. The shoulders are the same. The chest is different. Backpack is obviously different. The shoulder shield is slightly different. Slightly different. The regular Zaku 2, this area is rounded. This is more square. and the shoulder pauldron, this is also different. So yeah, and obviously the head is different with the antennas and stuff. So they definitely reuse some parts on this. Articulation is exactly the same as you would expect from the Zaku, the Robot Damashi version Anime Zaku 2. So we got the toe hinge here. We got a little piece right here that you can articulate. This one doesn't have any issues like the other one. You have double jointed knee, very nice, like that. I like the fact that this part bends, so you get that very nice articulation right there. Front skirt moves up. Now I do discover some issues with these front skirts. I play around with some of my friends' figures. Some of them have some somewhat loose connection on this ball peg right here, so sometimes they can pop off. If you raise a leg and if it's like, you know, if it clash, it can pop off. So you just want to be careful with that. You have that hinge right here, like that. You can move them forward together, or you can articulate them individually on that track. So that's very nice. Articulation is always very good with these figures. Side skirts, very nice. And the back skirt right here, we have the panel right here for if you want to attach the bazooka connection. Now, something very weird I just noticed. It seems like this guy has somewhat loose joint on the chest section. I don't know why. Why does it feel like it's kind of loose? I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a QC issue. But anyway, we have the waist articulation right there. You can see that is a ball joint. So you can rotate that. And this chest is very loose. Oh, I like the fact that this thing is a separate piece. So that's cool. I don't know why this guy is the joint here not connected properly. Let me see. I do see a ball joint there. I think that ball joint isn't like connected properly. Let me try to push that in there. You see that ball joint, right? Yeah, I think that ball joint isn't like attached properly. There's a socket in there, and it should go in there. And again, it doesn't want to go in. I don't know what is going on. This might be a QC issue. There we go. I think that works now. I don't know. I might have to take this guy apart. And it's okay. I have actually taken apart a few of these Robot Damashi figures, so I'm experienced. So there we go. Yeah, that body joint. There's definitely something wrong with this body joint. Oh, what is going on here? Doesn't seem to want to like stay in for some reason. But anyway, you got the articulation right there. Unfortunately, this thing is just very loose. Basically, what this thing is connected. Oh, how is this thing even connected? I think it's connected via the backpack. Yeah. The backpack is what's holding it together right here. So that's a little bit disappointing. Okay, we got the shoulder articulation right there. I'm glad I noticed that. The head you can hinge upward, obviously just like any other Zaku 2. And to remove the head, you just raise this and you pop it off like that. There we go. I'm kind of concerned about that quality issue. Yeah, you can see that ball joint isn't really sitting in there properly. I don't know if you can see it, but you do see the ball joint, right? And this is for P Bandai, so this piece is supposed to help with the articulation right there, like that. So there we go. You can link that for. Well, I mean, One of the reasons why I got into Robot Damashi is because I don't like shit falling off on the model kit, and I don't like loosey-goosey joints. And, you know, just holding on this part kind of makes me disappointed. But I think for the most part, it's still mostly pretty solid. I mean, everything else is solid except for that joint. I think I can go in there and fix it. Again, P Bandai, right? And this thing is actually brand new. I hope it's brand new. But anyway, there we go. Here we have the commander antenna. I think I'm going to display this guy with a commander antenna like this. I think that looks very cool. We have the shoulder articulation right there. Again, it's just like any other Zaku. You can't really raise it up because it's just a ball joint that goes in there like that. So the shoulder articulation is limited. You can rotate at 360. You got the bicep swivel. We have the double jointed elbow. And surprisingly, it doesn't have, oh wait, actually, no, you got the separation right there, which is actually really cool. I think it's the same thing with the other Zaku 2s. I guess I just didn't realize that in my previous review. So that's definitely really cool. This thing looks like you can move, but I don't think you can move this little switch. I think that's just permanently part of the backpack. And the shoulder shield is the same thing. You can swing it back, you can swing it forward, you can move it a little bit so you can get that perpendicular motion right there with the shoulder. The rest of the arm is pretty much exactly the same. So yeah, and this is a ball joint hinge system. So gonna hinge that this way. This is the way I like it when it's holding this weapon. Alright, so aside from this very disappointing shoulder section, not shoulder, chest joint section, I think overall this is a good figure. I'm gonna have to fix that somehow. But either way, there we go. That's a review for the Premium Bandai Robot Damashi Zaku Desert Type Caracal Corpse version anime. There we go. So let's go ahead and trying to attach this thing right here, so you guys get an idea of how it looks like. Now, once you put this part on, it's very difficult to take it off. So you gotta be very sure that you want this piece on here. Okay, so now we got that on there. Let's go ahead and attach the stuff on the side skirts. I'm gonna use some missile pots right there. So this thing just picks in there. It's not super permanent. So now he's got like missile launchers on the side. Yeah, that chest joint is really starting to piss me off. And that nut mark right there really pisses me off. Alright, I'm gonna have him display with 2 of these instead of the grenades, because I'm most likely not really gonna do anything with the grenades anyway. And yeah, swap out the arm with the Zaku machine gun. Let's go ahead and do that right now. So yeah, quality controls, you know. A lot of people complain that, well, you're paying like $80 for like even $50 or $40 for a figure, and you get like ridiculous QC problems like this. Yeah, it's probably one of the reasons why Robot Damashi isn't very popular. It's an acquired taste. You know, if you're into Gunpla, then you're into Gunpla. If you're into building the model kits, and if you're not, this is really for something for people who are just, you know, really crazy about these MSV stuff for the 1 year war. People like myself. I have pretty much give up Gunpla for these figures, because, you know, this is like the things. The MSV is like my thing. So yeah. But for most people, yeah, this is an easy easy skip. So there we go. Now you have all the information for this figure. You can decide whether you want to buy it or not. The price is ridiculously high, and you're really not getting a lot, considering, you know, all the QC issues that I just talked about on this figure. It may be maybe something that you might not want to spend your money on. But there we go. That is the Zaku 2 Desert Type Robo Damashi version anime. Thanks for watching.